Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, this is Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link below. That way you can subscribe to my channel and receive everything you need to build your business to 6 figures and beyond. So I'm going to talk about if I had to start all over and what would I do within the next 30 days to really make a difference. So as we get to the end of the year, we always want to make sure that we do more than what we did the year before and be very, very clear that we want to have our goal in mind where we can see it. And that's why I always believe in doing our SMART goals. And if you look at what SMART goals are, they're very specific, they're measured, they're, aligned, they're relatable, and they're time bound. So those are like acronyms that you want to think of when you think of goals. You just don't want to have them in your mind. You want to make sure you write them down. So as we get to the end of the year, it's really important to be real focused and clear. So I'm going to talk about what I would do if I was starting from zero, scratch, and I really wanted to make sure that I was able to feed myself, have a place to live. If I've lost my job, what do I need to do? So right now I am at zero. So the first thing I would do would be to see if I could do some type of part-time work. Now, I know it's really challenging right now. I would try to see if I could do like a DoorDash or something to get the money in to be able to do some type of advertising for my business. So I would first get clarity. Exactly what is my goal with my cleaning business? What do I need to scale my business quickly, to grow the business? And how much money am I going to need to get my foot in the door? So you need to generate some money in order to do some advertising, because you don't want to do it organically right now, which means just free, bringing actual traffic to your website, because the goal is to get it up and going in 30 days. So the first thing I'm going to do is attract my customers, because remember, I'm all about separating it into 3: attraction, acquisition, and retention. So I have no money. I've dropped myself into a city. I don't know anyone. I have no contacts, nothing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see, hopefully I have a vehicle. I'm going to do some DoorDash or something that's going to bring me in some instant money. So we know a lot of people are getting things delivered. So if I do not have a job, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I meet my basic needs. My basic needs are survival: food, water, shelter. That's the first thing I'm going to do. The next thing is I'm going to do a brain dump. So let's say that's first week. Second week, I'm going to do a brain dump and make sure I write down what my clarity is. Now, if I have to get some customers, where do I need to go where the decisions can be made quickly? It's probably going to be someplace that's open, because we're still doing COVID right now. So I'm going to think of some place that's open where they're going to need my services immediately. So I'm going to think of a restaurant. Really important that cleanliness is there. So I'm going to think of a restaurant, a daycare, places that they're going to need my services. So I would probably drive around and look at what is open, make a list of it. And then once I made a list, I would segment into what? Daycares, restaurants, churches, gyms, whatever it is. And then I would look for the building that's probably going to be the smallest, because I'm going to look at getting a smaller building first and then getting testimonies from that customer, then leveraging that to get larger buildings second. So my first is to get a small $5,000-$6,000 account so that I can make the money, take myself out of doing the DoorDash, so that then I can go ahead and concentrate on my business. So I've already written down my goals. I know what my clarity is. I know what my list of expenses. What do I need to be able to sustain myself to take me away from the DoorDash or whatever that immediate thing is that's bringing me the money in, so that I'm not homeless or on the street. That's the most important thing. So I've got clarity. You've got to get clarity. You don't want to start down that direction, have to come back, pivot. Stopping and starting is really not a really good look or a good fit. So you want to make sure that you've got clarity, you're ultra focused. The first thing is survival. The second is to replace the income I'm making from the DoorDash or whatever it is I'm doing. I would probably suggest the DoorDash, because that's the quick. They just went public. They need a lot of drivers, and they're all over in different cities. So it's not just one. So the opportunity may be there, or something that's going to allow you to meet your basic requirements. Survival is going to have to come first. Once you've met your basic requirements, the second thing is to get the cash coming in where you can start advertising. Try your best to get 2-3 customers, $500-$600 a month where you get the testimonies, so you can get those testimonies and leverage it, where you're then going to start looking at larger companies and larger accounts. That's going to be your medium-sized ones. But now you've taken yourself out of that immediate survival mode, which was the DoorDash or whatever that was. You're still cleaning the small accounts. You're going to look to bring in another person to clean with you, and then you're going to start looking to see if you can find larger ones, and you're going to leverage those testimonies from cleaning that account. By now, you should be close to 30 days where you've cleaned that account, you've done an outstanding job, and now you're looking to get that testimony or the customer review or something like that, where you can leverage it and now show that this is what I do different. This is the feedback that I receive from this past performance. Leverage that into medium-sized accounts. Take the new person, let them start working the old one or work the new one with you, and then continue to go up. That is what I would do right now if I were plucked down into a city. I didn't know anyone, I had no contacts, didn't have any money. This is what I would do immediately to make sure that I was able to scale and grow and go forward. So if I had to recap, clarity is important. Know what you're going after. Know what makes you different. Understand that you are about making this work. Right now, you're just, surviving, but you're going to switch it to thriving. And there are certain ways that you go about doing that. One of the things, like I said, is clarity. Ultra focus. Do not let anything like life get in the way. When you're determined, you've got those blinders up, you're just focused, you're looking straight ahead. You're not thinking about the noise on this side, the noise on that side, what someone else is doing, what your friends are doing, what someone else is saying. You've got that inner strength that this is what I've wanted, this is what I'm going to go after. And you have to be willing to know with clarity that you're willing to do legally and morally what you need to do to get there. It is worth the journey. It's a journey. It's not a destination. You're going to get to one point. You may get to $100,000 and beyond, and you realize that you're ready to go into getting towards the million. And you get to the million, and you're ready to go further. So it's not a destination. It is a journey. It encompasses a lot of different things. But to me, the first and the most important thing is getting the mind right. So I would get the internal, because once you get the internal, you're going to be able to get the external. So getting the clarity, getting the understanding, so you've got to have the internal, and then of course you have to know how to do marketing, because you can think all day long, but if you don't do the marketing, you're still not going to get there. So you do have to have the mind and actionable items that you can implement to get the customers. So I would start with that. Clarity, small contracts, very small contracts. Receive the testimonials. Take those testimonials, put up a free one-page website, start marketing my testimonials on my website, actually have them printed out, put them in some kind of pamphlet if at all possible, in a WordPress, Word document, then go from there to start doing my marketing to larger customers, see if you can find a relative or a friend, if at all possible, that you can have work with you, and then you hire them as an employee. Have them learn the small accounts. Now you're out doing your marketing. You set your schedule for your DoorDash or whatever you're doing to bring in the money so that you can put that on the side. And now you're out there doing the marketing so that you can get the medium-sized accounts. And then you're looking at doing the same thing and then getting the larger accounts. And I would then start doing marketing online. I would then start doing Facebook ads, setting up small budgets first, looking at the individuals I've already targeted. So if I started out doing testimonials for daycares, I'm going to stay with daycares. If I started doing it for industrial park areas, I'm going to do that. Now, I've been understanding and hearing that a lot of offices are closing, but a lot of warehouses are opening. So there's going to be places that have closed and shifted from offices, because they're working from home, to warehouses where there are people that cannot work from home, they're warehouse. There are industries out there that have to stay open. Grocery stores. There's so many industries that have to stay open. Focus on those. Focus on the smaller ones of those. Get those testimonials. Go in there and do a bang-up job. Pow! Surprise them. Give them that energy. Let them know that you are so excited about making sure they can stay open. They will be forever grateful to you if you help them stay open, because you're bringing your expertise with what? Your disinfectant system that I talked about designing. So that's so important. If you do not have a disinfected system, then give us a call, reach out, and we will be more than happy to help you design one. It's going to be yours, so we'll help you design it with 3 key elements: creating a name and implementing all the information from the CDC's WHO, which is the World Health Organization, and OSHA. Those are the main players that you want to make sure that you actually design this disinfectant system and incorporate all of that and more. Make it yours. Create it. That is going to really, really show what you've got. That's what I would do right now if I had to go from 0 to grow my business in 30 days to get 10 times more cleaning customers. That's what I do. Now, if you want to know how to just like dominate, how to really, really, really stand out in the market, get your niche or your niche, get the customers, acquire them, retain them, all of that. If you're really interested and you have gotten to the point where you're like, yes, this is the time, this is the year, I am ready, then sign up for the masterclass. There's going to be a link listed in the description where I go into all of this and more. I actually talk about things you can implement, actionable items that you can implement right now to see the results that I'm talking about. The results come down to the first initial thing you have to do is get customers. You just want to have customers coming. So the first thing I talk about is attracting. What can you do right now to attract your customers? Bow. Now you've got them. The next thing you need to do is to acquire them. What do I need to do to get them? Yes, I'm ready to sign the contract. You've come out, you've done the walkthrough, you came in, you did the walkthrough, you've walked through with them, you've got that bid right, you didn't leave any money on the table because you know how to bid correctly, and you've got the contract, the proposal, everything ready. Boom, they sign that, you're on your way. And then you need to make sure you put that last piece there, which is the retention. It's like a triangle. It goes and comes back around. That's the way it goes. If you do not have any of those 3 in place, or if you only have 1, you're going to find out the weaknesses. You're going to keep acquiring them, but you're going to lose them. You're going to never get them. You're never going to attract them. So you have to have all of that in place, and that's really important. So if you want to know what you need to do to be able to do the exact thing I did, to scale 3 businesses to 6 figures and beyond, then make sure you click the link so you can actually come to the masterclass. It's a live masterclass. It's for 80 minutes. We have great interaction, great energy. You can ask questions on any subjects. It doesn't just have to be on what we're talking about with the masterclass. If you want to ask a question on, what do I need to do right now? I've just lost all my contracts. What do I need to do? Any of the questions. How do I bid? Where do I find contracts when I'm in a city I don't understand, or there's a lot of competition in a lot of cities that I know of, like Atlanta and Charlotte and Florida and the Maryland, D.C. area. There is a lot. Texas, there's a lot of competition. So if you really want to know what you need to do from the beginning all the way, and you want clarity, and you want to be able to see your way, you get so far and it gets a little fuzzy and a little confusing, then make sure you sign up for that masterclass, because I'm going to take you from 0, what you need to do to build upon each step, because I was fortunate enough to be able to build upon each step. I did this didn't work, I did that worked, I did this didn't work, I did that worked, and continued along. And I've implemented so many new things because every single day marketing changes, the landscape of janitorial changes. So right now we're talking about creating a disinfectant system, which may be more important now than it's ever been before. So as you learn, you grow, you implement, but it doesn't stay the same. It's not static. It's got to constantly moving and shaking. So that is what I would do, and I would suggest that. And like I said, if you would love to learn my method that has worked for me, and I've been able to get great results for other individuals, my students, the contractors I work with, then make sure you sign up. I'd love to see you there and actually give you that information as well. And until next time, be safe, take care. This is Mrs. M. Bye-bye.